All right, Sixers had their 8-game winning streak snapped last night against the Bulls. Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. Sixers played the Bulls last night, and it went to double overtime, and the Sixers lost. And just one of those games, Harden played really bad. He was 2 of 14. He looked disinterested. Apparently, he was playing with some soreness in his foot, but he didn't look explosive. He just looked like he wasn't really wanting to play too much. Embiid fouled out of the game during the second overtime, and that essentially ended the game. The Sixers went up by 4, but there was just no rim presence, so the Bulls were able to get in and get some easy looks from the mid-range, but it was tough. Just one of those games that it's just so frustrating as a fan to see your team lose. And both teams were just playing very poorly. And the Sixers were due for a bad game. I mean, we won 8 straight, so pretty much due for a bad game. But Embiid still had another MVP performance. Even though he fouled out, he put up 37 and 16 with 3 blocks. And a couple of the foul calls against him, I disagree with. Especially his fourth and his final foul. I think I did not see a lot of contact there. There was a little bit, but if you're calling that there, then you have to have been calling that the whole game. That's those are fouls that are that happen throughout the game, all the time to every player. So if you're going to call that there, you need to call it every time. Especially the 6th foul, because he barely touched Zach LaVine. He got him a little bit on the wrist, but Zach LaVine mainly just lost the ball. He had full possession of the ball and it slipped out of his hands. But tough call to send Embiid out of the game, and after that it was over. But what really was bothering me was the overtime periods and the end of the game. They did not look for Embiid. They didn't draw any plays up for him. He barely touched the ball, and I think you have to play through Embiid. He's been so dominant. He's hitting game winners before. Just play through Embiid. Because I know Maxey was getting hot, but then he cooled off, and nobody else was really stepping up besides D'Anthony Melton. He was really good. I'd say that Embiid and D'Anthony Melton are the only 2 players that had good games. Maxey had an okay game. I guess Tobias had an okay game, but he missed a wide open 3 that probably would have led the Sixers winning the game. But just a tough loss, and you have a really tough stretch coming up. So you need to, get your revenge on Wednesday, blow the Bulls out or something, but you need to get that win back. This drops him back to 3rd in the standings, and this is the first loss that Embiid has ever had against the Bulls. He was 12-0, and that's really what hurts the most, because he's 12-1 against the Bulls now, and I kind of just wanted him to go undefeated against the Bulls for the rest of his career, but hate to see it. And it's just a tough loss, but it happens. Can't overreact too much. The Sixers have been looking really good before this, and they were probably due for a loss. What I'm more concerned about is how they respond on Wednesday, and then that tough 7-8 game stretch they have after that game on Wednesday, starting on Friday with the Warriors at Golden State, and then Suns the next day after that. We'll see how that goes. And if they can win a majority of those games during that 7-8 game stretch, I think they'll really show you how much of a good team they really are. Because if they win a majority of those games, they can really show that they are actual contenders this year. But if they don't win a lot of those games, if they go 3-5 in that 8-game stretch, 3-4, 4-4. I guess 4-4 wouldn't be horrible, but anything less than 4-4, I think you're really gonna have to question does this team really have what it takes? I know it's just a rough game stretch, but you need to get hot right before the playoffs, and they have been. and they need to keep that momentum going into the playoffs, because basketball is all about momentum and all about runs. So need to just continue to keep grinding, and hopefully PJ Tucker comes back. He missed the last 2 games. I think you really missed him in this game with the intensity. But yeah, back at it again on Wednesday. That's all I have to say. If you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more.